Just be positive is one of the most common pieces of advice people give when someone is anxious, and almost always it is well-intentioned. People say it because they want to help. They want the anxiety to stop. They want things to feel lighter. But for a lot of people with anxiety, this advice doesn't help at all. In fact, it often makes things worse. And there are a few specific reasons why. The first issue is that just be positive assumes anxiety is mainly about negative thoughts. But anxiety isn't just a mindset, it's a nervous system response. When someone is anxious, their body is already in a state of heightened alert. Their heart rate speeds up, their muscles tense, their breathing shallows, and they're constantly scanning for threats around them. That reaction isn't something you choose, it's automatic. So when the advice is be positive, what it often translates to is just change the way you react. Even if no one says that explicitly, that's how it feels. And that disconnect can be really frustrating because you can't think your way out of a physiological response. The second problem is that this advice creates a second layer of stress. Now there's the original anxiety, but on top of that, the pressure to make it stop. If positivity works, great, but when it doesn't, people don't just stay anxious. They often start feeling like they're failing at coping. They start thinking, why can't I do this? Everyone else seems to manage. What's wrong with me? At that point, anxiety isn't just uncomfortable. It becomes something you're also judging yourself for. And that self-pressure tends to make anxiety worse, not reduce it. The third issue is more subtle but really important. Trying to force positivity often turns into pushing uncomfortable feelings away by ignoring them and pretending they aren't there. The problem is that this teaches the brain that anxiety itself is dangerous. When the goal becomes, don't feel this, the nervous system never gets the message that the feeling can exist without something bad happening. And that keeps the cycle going. Instead of learning safety, the brain learns avoidance, and avoidance tends to strengthen anxiety over time. At some point, it helps to question whether positive thinking is even the right goal. Of course, it's important to try not to dwell on the negative, but understanding what's happening in your body and reducing the pressure on yourself emotionally, and allowing the anxiety to exist without treating it as a failure tend to calm the system far more effectively than forced optimism. So if just be positive has never worked for you, that doesn't mean you're resistant, broken, or doing it wrong. It just means that sometimes the advice doesn't match how anxiety actually works. Thanks for stopping by. Leave your thoughts and comments down below.